Turkey ain't playing around, folks. In his recent interview, Turki Alalshikh is expecting Shakur Stevenson. You the best, perform very, very good. All right?
I want great performance from Shakur. I will try to do for him big fights more and more.
If you want money, I'd have a lot of plans for you, right? But you best perform to the level of my expectation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Shakur Stevenson, I believe, is going to beat William Zepeda. I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to do a number on William Zepeda. I think that William Zepeda is tailor-made for a Shakur Stevenson. You know, one thing that I do like about Turki Alalshikh, I'm gonna tell you y'all, that I relate to him a lot, is that if you follow the channel, you already know y'all tuning into Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Woo, shout himself. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I always say that everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. And I know those that have been following the channel, subscribe to the channel, you know, hear me say that throughout the years, hear me say that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I like that Turki Alalshikh is publicly stating what it's really all about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of promoters don't like to publicly, you know, pressure their fighters to perform to the level of their expectations, to the level of their investments, right? Because at the end of the day, this is televised bout, this is entertainment, you know, this is sport entertainment. And of course, every network, every stream service wants entertainment. That's what they buy. They buy entertaining content, and they expect it from the promoters to deliver, and the promoters expect the fighters to deliver, right? So I know a lot of people out there have been criticizing Shakur Stevenson throughout, you know, a couple of years, ever since the Edo de los Santos fight. As a matter of fact, ever since the Nakatilia fight. But after the Nakatilia fight, Shakur Stevenson did apologize, made a public apology, and said that he would not perform like that again. And you know what? He kept his word. He beat Jamel Herring. He stopped Jamel Herring. Shout out to Jamel Herring. And then he beat Oscar Valdez. And he hurt Oscar Valdez, dropped Oscar Valdez, after Oscar Valdez had an extraordinary victory versus the then boogeyman, Miguel Burchell. And then he went on to fight Cansociao. Cansociao, you know, is a respectable fighter, and he hurt Cansociao as well. And then he went up to the 135-pound division and beat Yoshino that stopped Nakatani. And Shakur Stevenson, in his first fight at lightweight, stopped Yoshino. So, and then after that, it was the Edo de los Santos. And I understand, and you know what? And I gave Shakur Stevenson the benefit of the doubt, even though there's a lot of people in the community that was like, nah, don't. Why you giving Shakur Stevenson the benefit of the doubt? Why you giving Twitter the benefit of the doubt? Because if we saw the four fights prior, it just made sense that something is wrong with Shakur Stevenson. And he did have an injury, right? Everybody's seen his hands, right? When everybody got the photo. So I gave Shakur Stevenson the benefit of the doubt. In his next fight versus Artem, he tried. When a lot of people was making fun that people was leaving the arena. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you watch that fight, Shakur Stevenson ain't run at all. He was just in the pocket. He delivered some type of blows, but you know what? His power just couldn't get Artem out of there. And then in the next fight, he was supposed to fight Floyd Schofield Kid Austin. Floyd was ill, right? And he fought the replacement, you know, credible opponent, right? As a replacement, and he stopped him. So I believe that Shakur Stevenson is going to rise to the occasion. I think he got a chip on his shoulder. I think he, as well, you already know that Turki Alalshikh got that bonus if you get a knockout. I think that Shakur Stevenson, if we could see Tevin Farmer, who is also now known as a puncher, knock down William Zepeda and needed a rematch, right? A lot of people felt that Tevin Farmer did win the first fight, right? If Tevin Farmer could do that, I believe that Shakur Stevenson could do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, is actually more of a talented fighter than Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer is a talented fighter, but I do think that Shakur Stevenson is a level above a Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? Because Tevin Farmer got good technique. But I think that Shakur Stevenson, IQ and Woody on the defensive end, you know, cat-like reflex, I think that's another level. You know, and it could be the best in the sport of boxing, right? Arguably. I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to beat William Zepeda, and I believe that he's going to go for a stoppage because he's tailor-made. I think this fight could go like it did with Oscar Valdez, and around that time, Oscar Valdez around that time was probably a better fighter than William Zepeda as he is right now. I see a lot of vulnerability in William Zepeda. He's a come forward fighter. Again, I think he's tailor-made for Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur Stevenson does take the type of risk that his skill set entails. He got a good jab, got good footwork, great defense, you know, beautiful defense. And he got some good combination of power. I like the way that Shakur Stevenson implementing jab to the solo plex, left hand to the solo plex. We seen him hurt people to the body, right? So I think that needs some power shots need to become second nature to Shakur. That's one thing. When he lands a great power shot, what's the word of it? Like when you just stay stuck and looking at it, like, you know, like oh. Just keep on going, add some combination, and get a stoppage. So don't be looking at your work. I think that's the same. But I think that I like the pressure that Turki Alalshikh is putting on these fighters. In the end of the day, man, we need some entertainment. I think that in boxing, entertainment is lacking. It's getting to the point where you see the Eden Ross, you see the shout out to the YouTubers that's doing their boxing stuff. They're actually more entertaining than the fighters. I know the skills is not up to par, but they bring some type of entertainment. At the end of the day, these fighters got to bring some entertainment, right? What happened to May 2nd and that weekend was very, very unfortunate to the sport of boxing. You know, and I think that Turki Alalshikh, you know, it really has had it, and there was not going to be no promoters in the sport of boxing that was going to put that type of pressure on these fighters, like the Devin Haney's of the world. You know, William Skull is not a high invested fighter, so I don't think a lot of people really care about William Skull. You know, you know, and this guy's paying Turki is paying great money. You know, the least they could do is go out there and respect the investors and stuff like that. But let me know what you think about Turki Alalshikh in the bonus, you know, for getting a knockout that he's implementing. You know, I think that's great for the sport of boxing. I know a lot of people, there's people out there that love the no running rule, and there's people out there that be like, you know, you can't tell fighters how to fight and how to win. But I think with the bonus, I think if these prize fighters truly want that bonus, and it's going to be a significant number, I think it's going to make these fighters not go for the gusto. And I like that, you know, even though that you know, when they say a win is a win, but when it comes to Turki Alalshikh and people like me, a win is not a win. Just a win is not a win. That's not enough in the sport of boxing. Oh, you know, there's fighters out there is a win is a win. No, win is not a win, because right now it seems like guys like the people that he said that is a Tom and Jerry type of fight. You know, if he's not gonna, y'all in trouble. Those that want to save yourself for the bag, I think Turki Alalshikh smartened up real quick and said, nah, y'all just not gonna take me. Y'all just not gonna take advantage of me and my money. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what he sensed, and I think the people around him sense the same thing, and he's switching things up. Well, let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.